Aloha. This is chapter 8 of my book called The Spirit of Parenting. And this chapter is called Don't Kill the Messenger. So even when we're not in the midst of a pandemic or fires or hurricanes or windstorms or hunger or hopelessness, it's just so normal, so inevitable to get frustrated with a child. But if you find yourself getting hooked over and over again by a particular behavior, it's more than likely that your child is a messenger from the past. And you know, of course, what I'm going to say. It's a messenger from your past. So, for example, when your child is going through a particularly normal selfishness of, say, a 2 or 3 year old, you may suddenly feel as if your very sanity and your survival are at stake. And when you have a reaction that is that intense, look immediately to your own childhood. Because if you were punished, if you were ignored, if you were yelled at or threatened for something that they perceived as being selfish, you might be experiencing now what I refer to as cellular terror. It's so important to realize it'll help you understand yourself and the child. The children don't have a sense of time. In their minds, if they're hungry now, they're going to be hungry forever. That's why you get those screams when a child suddenly realizes it's hungry. Because it doesn't know, 5 minutes from now, when she gets ready to feed me, I'll be okay. Your child doesn't know that. It thinks it's going to be hungry forever. And if a child is in danger, they believe that danger will never go away. And this is a big one, if they've angered or disappointed their parents now, they believe that their parents will always be angry with them, always disappointed. And so I just want you to understand that your inner child also doesn't have a sense of time. And so whatever is coming up for you will feel endless and forever. And since those memories are probably long buried, rather than feeling consciously afraid, you will probably feel irrationally angry or terrified or sad. And no words can get you out of that, because you developed these feelings before you had words. So they're just feelings. So no words are going to help you understand that things aren't really hopeless or endless, that everything changes. But children don't know that, and your inner child doesn't know that. So don't panic. It's just what I call the pre-verbal part of you screaming, don't go near this memory. Danger, danger. And right now, during the pandemic, with all that goes with it, during the times of everything seeming to fall apart, you're going to be hearing that message over and over again. Danger, danger. So thank God for our children for so many reasons. But right now I'm thinking about how they often take us into that territory that we would otherwise avoid, and therefore we would never heal them. They lead us straight back to the source of our dis-ease, which often causes disease, because they won't let us stay numb. And with all the intensity of this time in history, we want so much to stay as numb as possible. So right now, if we are crowded together because we're quarantined, or if we are isolated from our loved ones because we're quarantined, it's those loved ones who have often served the purpose of keeping us too busy to feel our fear or our hurt. And you know, right now, when we can't even pretend that we know the truth of what's going to happen next, do you know how terrifying that is? We're always trying to convince ourselves and everybody we know that we're in charge. We've got this under control, but we don't. And we can't even lie to ourselves that we know how to keep one another safe. We don't know what's going to happen next. And perhaps even more terrifying, we can't even guarantee our own safety. And so it's even more crucial than ever before to investigate our fears, to turn around and face our fears, to speak truth to ourselves, and to observe our own irrationality. So I encourage you to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself as much as possible. And I know, I get how hard that is right now. But have tender, sweet compassion for yourself and for your loved ones. Don't kill the messenger. Don't kill the messenger who shows up in the form of your child. Don't kill the messenger who shows up as your mate or your boss or your friend. And especially, don't kill the messenger when it's you trying to tell yourself the truth. So if possible, take these children, these friends, these loved ones out for a treat and remember to say thank you. And try to give yourself a treat, even if it's only 5 minutes of deep breathing. Just going outside the door for a few minutes. Just separating yourself out from everyone else. Forgive yourself for not knowing how to keep everyone safe or happy. There is so much fear in the collective that everyone is going to pick up that fear. And so they're not going to be happy all the time. They're not going to feel safe. So you just do your best. You love yourself. You trust that we are in a time in history where we know nothing for sure. Do you understand that it's okay to know nothing? We were never taught that it's okay not to know. So it's okay to know nothing, except that it helps to know that love works better than judgment. So yes, you're going to lose it. You're probably going to lose it over and over again. But if you don't identify yourself with that failure, then you will come back and you'll start over. And you'll return to love. Because you are the original messenger of that need to give and receive love. Namaste.